Hi, we are going to continue our discussion today with the concept of leverage. So, we are going to discuss three leverage aspects: operating leverage, that's going to be measured by degree of operating leverage, financial leverage or degree of financial leverage, and the combined leverage, that's going to use both of the elements. So, we are going to start with operating leverage first. The operating leverage is going to give us a relationship between units sold and operating income for the business. For example, how much if I sell 5% more units, how much more is gonna my operating income is going to increase. So to do these calculations for degree of operating leverage, I'm gonna use this formula. Percentage change in operating income divided by percentage change in volume. Any percentage change, like you learn in your econ or math class, it's variable 2 minus variable 1 divided by variable 1 times 100. Or new level minus old level divided by old level times 100. That's just the formula. So here, operating percentage change in operating income is going to be new operating income minus old operating income divided by old operating income times 100. And the same for unit volume. So let's see what we have here. So these two columns, based on the title of this table, is going to give me operating income or loss for the business. So for different level of units sold in units, how much is going to be my operating income for the leverage business, and how much is going to be my operating income or loss in red for the conservative business. If we look at the leveraged business, we know that we had a break-even point of 50,000. So you can see everything below 50,000 is a loss. Everything above 50,000 around here is going to be a profit. So let's pick some levels of production. Suppose my business wants to move on increasing units sold from 80,000 to 100. Now we are going to calculate degree of operating leverage as percentage change first in operating income from the formula, which is going to be 60,000 minus 36,000, which is 24,000, divided by old value 36,000 times 100, divided by percentage change in units. 100,000 minus 80,000, that's 20,000, divided by 80,000 times 100. We just apply the formula here. Percentage change in operating income, okay, divided by percentage change in units sold. So again, this 24,000 comes from 60,000 minus 36,000, okay, 24,000, and divide by the old value or beginning value. The same here. This 20,000 comes from 100,000 minus 80,000. And then we do the calculations and we have degree of operating leverage is 2.7. What does it mean? The interpretation of this number is that every time I increase 1% increase in units volume is going to increase my operating income by 2.7%. It's 1 to this number relationship. Now it can work with multipliers of the numbers. If I increase my sales volume by 2%, then my operating income is going to increase by 2 times 2.7, which is 5.4%. So it's important for a business to know what kind of impact you have from an increasing in unit volume on your operating income. And we do the same calculations for degree of operating leverage for the other business, for the conservative business. So again, we have these levels of operating income. So percentage change in operating income is going to be 28,000 minus 20,000, which is 8,000, divided by times 100, divided by 100,000 minus 80,000, 20,000, divided by 80,000 times 100. You see? And now we have less leverage on the conservative firm. We expected that because this is the example when they take on less fixed cost, less leverage, less borrowing money to grow faster, so they end up with less leverage. And the interpretation of this number is 1% increase in sales unit volumes is going to increase my operating income by 1.6%. Okay, so that's the concept of operating leverage. Now, if we use the second formula, there is this alternative formula that's going to give me the same results here. Quantity in units, price per unit, remember that here is per unit, variable cost per unit, plug into the numbers that we calculated earlier. Remember we had quantity is 80,000 units, price was 2, variable cost per unit was 80 cents. So I end up with the same value here. Financial leverage, that's the second one, second leverage. This one is going to be related to the debt borrowing, the fixed financial cost. So in this case, we are going to have financial leverage is going to give me a relationship between changes in sales volume to changes in operating income to earnings per share. Okay, and we have here in the balance sheet, operating leverage is related to assets because here we have those fixed assets related to the production process. If you recall, the ones that were rent, insurance, depreciation, property taxes, executive salaries. And financial leverage is going to be related to the debt financing, which is a liability. So the case that we have here, we have, suppose the business needs 200,000 and in plan A, the one that's more aggressive is going to borrow more, 150,000 at 8%, so it's going to pay $12,000 in interest. The second one, and then is going to make the 50,000 by selling common stock. The second one that's more conservative is going to only borrow 50,000, so it's going to end up paying less interest, and is going to sell more stock, but they end up with 200,000. So we are going to calculate degree of financial leverage for both cases, and those are different level of production and different earnings before interest and taxes. We're going to come back to the data. Let's see the formula that we are going to use. That's the formula for degree of financial leverage. Earnings before interest and taxes divided by earnings before interest and taxes minus I. This is the interest expense. Remember, was 12,000 for aggressive business and 4,000 for the conservative business. You see, for this level of earnings before interest and taxes, the one that's more aggressive borrows more money, pays more in interest. The other one only pays $4,000. But the earnings before interest and taxes are the same. And this is what we use here. The same earnings before interest and taxes minus earnings before interest and taxes minus higher interest. The financial leverage is going to be 1.5. So the interpretation is that 1% increase in operating income is going to increase my earning per share by 1.5%, or multipliers. 10% in increase in operating income is going to increase my earnings per share by 15%. And for the conservative business with less interest expense, they have lower financial leverage. So that's the concept of financial leverage. And there is the third one, degree of combined leverage, that's going to give a relationship between sales volume and earnings per share. So the easiest way to calculate degree of combined leverage is once you calculated degree of operating leverage and degree of financial leverage, if you multiply them, that's going to be your degree of combined leverage. Most of the problem solving are going to ask you to calculate operating leverage first and then financial leverage. So this formula is going to work well. There is another one, but that's the more intuitive one. Next, we are going to work on some applications from these leverage concepts.